Hey there, everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of the Tint Podcast. I'm Doug, this is Mark, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa,
All that stuff.
Happy Chinese New Year, which is coming soon, Happy Saturnalia, Merry Satanic Birth of the Antichrist, who's coming in
You gotta
year
make sure to
2027.
involve everybody.
Everybody's welcome, and when the Satanic Antichrist comes, may he be praised.
Just watch this show and you'll see that we gave you props.
We gave you the props.
Right?
Please don't send us to eternal damnation. Okay? That's the least this guy can do, right?
Yeah. So anyways, we're back. We're ready for the new year. And how was your break? Because we took a couple weeks off, spent time with the family.
Mm-hmm.
Everything good? You had a good Christmas and stuff?
No. It's horrible. It's,
kind of a downer.
Yeah, it was a total downer. We were trying to exchange presents, and then the one person was like, "No, this is mine," and I'm like, "No, that's for," and it's like, "Well, no, the tag says clearly," and then a brawl ensued, and
a fight.
I got a bloody nose, and
Probably deserved it.
Yeah, I probably did, which made it a true Boxing Day, which not a lot of people know that in England, the day after Christmas, a lot of people go to the gym, they show up, they get into the boxing ring, and they fight. That's
is that right?
Yeah, that is a little known English fact, but it's called Boxing Day. Families who don't like each other,
Sounds good.
they go to the local YMCMA or whatever it's called in England. And they box until somebody breaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
cool. Figure it out.
It's a it's a hell of a holiday.
You spend all year waiting to beat somebody.
Waiting to beat that relative who was like, because in your youth you were like, "Oh, I'm doing okay," and she's like, "You better get an A!"
Or maybe somebody said something in February or March.
Whatever it was.
Mentally.
Yeah, exactly. You get into the ring, you put the gloves on,
Christmas comes.
and it's called Boxing Day, and it is
on.
I'm sure that's what that means. I think I just made everything I just said up, but I'm pretty sure that's got to be what it is.
And that, boys and girls, is called disinformation. So always be aware.
Always be aware that
you could be being lied to.
Most people are lying to you all the time. They're just lying to you. Boxing Day is actually when you throw away the boxes from your presents. You don't beat each other.
But that sounded a lot more fun.
That sounded so much more fun, so we made it a reality.
My New Year was interesting. Went with my wife and some family and friends.
Yeah.
This place where they had live music. And last year we were there. Normally I don't even like going out for New Year's because it's just, I don't like being around people.
Yeah, sure.
In general. And last year they had a rock band and a classic rock band. So I was like, all right, that was not bad. And then this year, back-to-back bands, hours and hours of country music.
Nice.
I'm sure a lot of people out there like country music. That's awesome. That's awesome.
There is some good country music. Don't tell me there's not good country. There is some good country music.
I think so clearly I'm saying that I don't like country music, but I know there is good country music out there. But I've never heard it on the radio.
Because most of the stuff they play on the radio currently is not country music, it's just pop. And they call it country because time sing loud day. Why don't you ask me what I did for my New Year's?
What did you do for your New Year's?
When I came home, I took off all my clothes, I got into my bed, put my thumb in my mouth, and I rocked myself through
And you
midnight.
thought about, is this the year that I end it all?
Yeah, I'm like, should I do this now?
Should I
Or
finally
do this
just end
later?
it?
Yeah, should I kill myself? Or should I just roll the dice and see what's going to happen. And guess what happened?
You're sitting right here.
I'm sitting right here.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, man.
Yeah, cool.
Happy New Year, everyone.
That's awesome. So let's get going. You know, episode 8.
I thought we were going already.
We're here to rock and roll. Let's start off the show.
You're here to rock and roll. I'm here to just, I guess, take up space.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bring down the.
Did you just?
I can't believe you swore.
Swore.
One of these episodes.
One of these days.
We're gonna go 20 minutes.
To the moon.
20 minutes.
Do you realize that every episode he threatened his wife with a beating?
And everybody laughed.
Everybody look at that guy. He's gonna beat his wife.
And the crowd was like, one of these days.
Yeah.
He's really gonna beat her.
Yeah. One of these days he's gonna beat her to a pulp. She's gonna have to go to the police. They're gonna show up at his house and he's like, "Hey, I'm a white man. This is 1934." And
they're gonna wink at him and
smooth it over.
You know.
I don't know. What it was 40s, 50s?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who cares? What are we gonna talk about? Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Just watched the Joker.
Japanese interment. Okay, go ahead.
I just watched Joker. It's weird for me to call it. I just watched Joker. It's Joker, not the Joker.
Weird. That's weird.
It's weird for me. But in any event, I thought it was actually really good.
Did you?
And I had my doubts.
Did you?
Because me personally, my opinion, I don't like the DC movies. They're not good. The DC cartoons are good.
Yeah, which is
They're
so
actually
weird.
Way better than the Marvel cartoons.
How come the cartoons of this universe are just amazing?
It's because those people care about it that are making it. The DC universe is run by like the Warner Brothers executives. They don't give a shit.
Well,
they just want money.
Not a lot of people know this, but at the studio, at the DC studio, on the wall, like at Notre Dame, it's like be your best person or whatever.
Mm.
At the studio DC, you know what's written on the wall?
What?
We give an F.
Mm.
We give an F. You know what F stands for? For fun. Because they care about fun.
We give a fun.
We give a... It doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, but that's probably why the movies are bad.
That's...
Because they can't even write a sentence. I had my reservations going into Joker, mostly.
Which is good, because then you were able to get in.
Because
you had the seats.
Shh. I had my concerns, and my main concern was all the dancing. A lot of dancing.
That was your main concern? It wasn't the acting or the script?
No.
It was the dancing?
It was like, why so much dancing? Why? Every scene is him dancing. And then laughing.
Well, come on.
But in the first 10 minutes of the movie, I was like, this is already by far the best DC movie.
Yeah.
Like, clearly by far. And there was no dancing. I think it took about 15 minutes. And I think I counted about 8 times. 8 sequences.
Of dancing.
Which is a lot. And it's not a musical. But I will say, in all honesty, it was good. He was good.
Joaquin Phoenix did a really solid job.
He's a weirdo, so it's kind of good.
Yeah.
He's kind of right for the part.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Leto? Bad. All the other DC movies.
No, Jared Leto, by the way. Excuse me.
I believe it's Leto.
No, it's Leto.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, no, it does matter big time. Jared Leto was god-awful.
I don't know what that was.
What was he doing?
I think that whoever was in charged?
Charged?
Whoever charged it up,
he charged
him up.
Yeah.
Because it looked like they were all on cocaine. Like, he was just like ridiculous. It was bad. But Joker, he was good in it. The origin of that particular story. My thing is this: I know it's not connected to the those other movies,
sure,
but just trash them. Trash them. Just start with this. This was actually good. Like, this could be a good start to the whole franchise. And unfortunately, I guess it's a one-off. Is that what they were doing?
Yes. One-off.
That's a mistake. Alright, so I would say definitely check out Joker. Despite all the dancing, it's actually pretty cool. There's a lot of cool parts in it. So moving on, you had a topic that you showed me today.
Yeah,
you wanted
that
to
kind
discuss.
of blew my mind. Apparently, U-Haul is going to go smoke-free, actually nicotine-free. U-Haul is going to stop hiring people who are smokers or vapors if they use nicotine, even though nicotine technically is not a carcinogen.
Well, let me wait. So they're not going to hire smokers?
Yeah, they're going to say that we can't hire smokers to work for us, which is what? Discrimination, right?
Sounds illegal.
It sounds totally illegal. We're not going to hire this group of people because they do this thing or whatever the case might be, even though it's a legal thing to do. Like, I mean, if a company was like, well, we're not going to hire these murderers, you'd be like, okay, yeah, because they murdered.
Are you a rapist? We're not going to hire you. Okay.
We're not going to...
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, right. But what if they said, oh, we're not going to hire people who eat Twinkies because that's an unhealthy food and we don't want unhealthy people working for us. So apparently...
Sounds like discrimination.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like they're discriminating against a group of people and wanting their insurance premiums to be lower because technically people who, smoke are healthier. So I don't know, they're going to live longer and work for the company longer. They're eventually going to die too. You know what I mean? They're going to die.
I mean, like you said, what is their diet? Do they drink?
Do they jog? Oh, if you don't jog for U-Haul, if you're not a U-Haul employee who jogs, you get docked a week's pay.
They're gonna slap on a Fitbit.
They dock you.
They're gonna slap on a Fitbit.
What's
on
that
you.
from? No. They dock you.
Some dream you had.
I think it's.
They're slap on a Fitbit.
No, it's from the Hudsucker Proxy.
Nobody's even seen that.
Everybody's seen that. Who's seen it? Have you seen the Hudsucker Proxy, ladies and gentlemen? Do you know who the Coen brothers are? Yeah, then you've seen the Hudsucker Proxy. That's our audience. That's our main
movie that they haven't seen.
That nobody's seen.
But check it out. It's actually not bad.
They knock you.
But, I mean, it's just a dangerous precedent. Like, where does it end?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to walk get many steps in a day.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go to sleep at a certain time.
Exactly.
You can't have alcohol now, apparently.
You can't masturbate more than 6 times in a day.
Not one episode goes by.
Then I'm talking about my masturbation habits.
You always swear in the beginning when we made an agreement not to swear
never
in the
to
beginning,
swear.
And you always talk about your disgusting habits.
Jeez.
I know it's a natural thing.
It's not natural.
But somehow it's associated with you. It's very disgusting.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
I'm just, we're here to give our opinions.
Oh, okay. As opposed to when you do it and it's beautiful and magical. There's like angels with harps.
You made me dribble. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Keep on topic.
Let's keep on topic. All jokes aside, they've raised the age of smoking to 21 in most states. Alcohol consumption 21, and yet when there is a draft, the law still states, and you can still enroll in war at the age of 18.
Yeah.
At 18 years old, they can take and place you
conflict
into combat, into a theater of war, where you at some point might have to be one-on-one with a person, and the only thing you do is tackle him, and with your teeth, you bleed his jugular out, and your blood is gushing everywhere, and this is the last thing you can, because your gun is jammed, his gun is on the ground, you're screaming for your mother, and she's just like, he's killing you, he's punching you in the nuts, you bite his jugular, you tear it out, you run and you're like, I can do this, and you pick up a cigarette and you light it, and there's a guy that's like, you're going to the brig, my friend. You're off to the brig. So,
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Give them their smokes.
And in the break,
Please give them their smokes.
you know, they give you some of that toilet wine. And again, the guy comes in and is like, buddy, what are you doing here? You're drinking the toilet wine? That's 2 more weeks in the break. You can't kill another person for 2 more weeks.
And if he just wouldn't have had that cigarette, he would have been a hero.
Yeah, he would have been a hero. You know, with that piece of neck and vein in his mouth.
They put that on the medal.
They would have put the medal on, right on. And, you know, their president or whoever, he would have been like, what did you do? And it's like, you know, I saved a platoon of my soldiers. I killed this sniper. I bit his jugular out. And it's like, man, you are a hero. And he's like, yeah, but then I went and I had a cigarette. I said, what? You
dishonorable discharge.
Dishonorable discharge. I was about to give you this medal, and I was about to crown you a hero, but you smoked?
You had a smoke.
You had a cigarette, which is totally legal to do. Disgusting, you know? And, yeah. And then they put you in the meat grinder, like they do those chicks. Not a lot of people know that, but male chicks, which can't lay eggs, they throw them directly into a grinder. So, like, they're born, and they're like, hey, I'm a little and then right into the grinder, and it's like, zzz, and it just purees them into a slurry that other animals eat. So,
cool.
You know, that's fun for everyone to know.
Yeah.
Look up the video. PETA has it. I like when we talk about fun things on this show.
Like biting people's necks out and chick paste.
So I gotta say, thumbs up to U-Haul because you care. I know they care. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
They
want you to be healthy. They're not trying to save money or anything like that.
And you know, they're hauling stuff from here to here. You know, they don't want you to be smoking because, you know what I mean, you're working 8 hours lifting heavy stuff.
I mean, they barely made it this far.
Yeah.
So now is where they draw the line.
They're like, whoa.
No more smoking.
Take it easy. No more smoking, guys. No more relaxing on the job.
So what if you say you're not a smoker?
Yeah.
And then you just don't smoke around them? Are they going to send out agents?
Yeah.
To follow you?
Yeah, in your house.
Catch you?
There's someone who's going to sit with you in your home.
I almost wouldn't doubt that they would.
Watching movies. Like helping you masturbate.
Oh my God.
No, I couldn't help it.
You can't help it, but you won't. And that's my problem.
Sorry. But yeah, they're there all the time. You know, you're on the toilet, you're about to go smoke, and they're like, whoa, whoa, and then you're like, no, I'm just wiping.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah, okay, all right, we'll believe you this time. And
I'm gonna listen outside the door. Better not puff anything.
Oh, and we got to talk about this, even though it's not on the list. Marijuana is now legal in our state. Can you believe it?
No.
Isn't that weird to say?
That's weird as fuck.
It's so strange. You can just go in, buy marijuana, no biggie.
Yeah.
And just smoke it.
Back in the day.
Yeah. People go to jail for that for long periods of time.
It wasn't cool.
No, it was just a plant that just grew. But people were like, no, you can't grow a plant. You can't let sunlight fall upon this thing and then smoke it because we don't allow it. So here's the thing. When, you know, the war on drugs is technically a war on personal freedom.
Who said that? Bill Hicks.
And that's right.
Mm-hmm.
How did you know that?
I know a thing about a thing.
He knows a thing about a thing. This guy. Yeah, the war on drugs is a war on personal freedom because if you want to take or do some sort of substance and you're not harming another person and you do it in the privacy of your own domicile, that's your business.
Seems like it should be legal.
If you want to, you know, engage in some sort of sexual act with another adult, then that is up to you. When you're not harming anyone, then the choice should be yours. You should be able to do what you want as long as you don't go out. If you're driving and you hit somebody in your car and you kill a person or harm a person, that's different. But if you're just sitting at home, you're not harming anyone.
Yeah.
What does it matter what you do? If you want to,
If you're under the influence of something and you go out in society and you end up harming someone,
sure,
you should be held accountable
of
for
course.
that. So, but recreationally, if you're in the privacy of your own home, you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
And I agree with that, and I also agree with legalizing prostitution. It's the oldest profession in the book.
It is.
It's never going to stop. And by legalizing it, if you really cared about people...
If you cared about women especially.
If you actually cared about women, but also men, I mean, because it goes both ways. Men can harm women who are prostitutes, and women have robbed men as prostitutes.
Too, but
and
more
also
importantly,
the spread of venereal disease.
Of course,
so
I have to say that this is, to me, a more important point. I think that a lot of times females who are raped or robbed or beaten or whatever, they cannot go into a police department and say, oh, I was prostituting with this guy and he beat me. Because then themselves they will be arrested. It's like the Good Samaritan law. For a long time, people would OD on drugs and all the people around them would just watch the person die. And then they would just walk away, because if they were to call the police or the ambulance, say, oh my God, this person is dying, the police or the ambulance would come over and be like, oh, look at what we found, all these drugs. Oh my God, that we found these drugs. You're going to jail. You saved a human life. That means you're going to get 30 years in the slammer for saving this person.
You yell so much.
I know. But that's what essentially it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucked up, dude. It's fucked up. And I'm just saying...
But now they have the Good Samaritan law where, whether you're doing drugs or whatever the case might be, if you save a human life, they're not going to put you in the clink. Which is, I don't know, it's just, without thinking, to me, it just makes rational sense and it makes moral sense. Do you know what I mean?
There's a lot of laws on us that shouldn't be. And if these so-called people in charge, if they really cared about their people, these laws shouldn't exist. Because it just does way more harm than any good.
Of course it does more harm.
So, back to the prostitution thing, you have these people regularly tested. You have security. You have a system where everything, everyone's protected. Everyone's safe. It's never going to stop. And they know that.
No.
But they just let it, they let it continue and whatever. Nobody cares.
But they lose money on the taxes. You know how much money in the first day the state of Illinois made $3 million. One day they made $3 million on marijuana.
Well, I know that they had to shut down some dispensaries because they were out.
Yeah.
They got cleaned up. There was lines down the block.
Yes, exactly.
Like literally around the block. People were like, "Oh, it's on."
Our dispensary here by
where
by
we
us,
live.
By where we live.
Secret location.
Yeah, a secret location. and, dude, there was a line down the block and then around the block. You know what I mean? It was insane. And the whole point of legalizing drugs is not that we as a society are endorsing it. It's not that we as a society endorse children vaping. You know what I mean? But if you're an adult, you should have access to this. If you are a child, then it is not the duty of the government or the business to enforce this. It is the duty of parents who have, what's the word I'm looking for? Who have, not authority, it's who have,
I have no idea.
Children, when you have a child under your care, what's another word for it? When you are responsible for this child, it is your duty to make sure that this child is not vaping, doing drugs or whatever. It is not the duty of the state.
No.
Okay?
It's your job. It's your job as a parent
Exactly.
to mold this person into the best person they could possibly be and make the best decisions when you're not around.
Exactly. It's not like, oh, we'll make everything illegal that a child might, we'll make alcohol illegal. We'll make cigarettes illegal. We'll make vaping illegal. We'll make, prostitution's already illegal. But we'll make, like, everything that, could possibly harm. Oh, we'll make fatty foods illegal. We'll make, driving illegal until the child's 21 because they might be reckless at 16. We'll make everything, safe and secure for children because, what might happen if a child does this or... Well, yeah. If you make everything safe and secure for the dumbest or the youngest amongst us, amongst is still a word? No.
Yeah,
probably not. No, it's not a word.
Amongst?
Amongst is still not a word anymore. It's among. Yeah,
Mandela
look it up. Look it up.
Mandela effect.
Yeah, but it's kind of to me personally, it seems ridiculous, and it seems like such an overreaction.
Oppressive.
You know what I mean? It's oppressive.
Mm-hmm.
It is oppression of others because there's a fear that these people might be influenced. And if you think it's done out of caring, no. It's done for reasons of money, or reasons of politics, and for reasons of control.
Control.
When you
Power.
control people, when you have power, when you, get the money from whatever it might be, or when politicians get a special interest group, Mothers Against Vaping,
Mavericks.
the Mavericks, when the Mavericks show up and they give the politician money, he's like, well, god darn it, we ain't gonna have no vaping up in here. And,
just know that the decisions that come from the top are rarely, if ever, for our benefit.
yeah, and that...
It's only for their benefit.
Exactly. That is a fact that not a lot of people realize. If we were serious about abortion, if we were truly serious about abortion, then we would give health care to every human being in this country. Because when a child is born, from that point on, the mother is totally responsible. Up until that point, we can be like, put a gun to this woman's head. You better have that baby. You better have that baby. And when she has that baby, it's like, yo, bitch, you on your fucking own. But before that, it's like, no, it's a precious life. It's a love. Oh my God, it's a gift from God. And then as soon as the baby's like, you better get a job and raise that freaking kid right. You better because we're not going to help you. We're not, because we're Christians. We don't help. We make you do and be your best you can be. That's a lot of, I think that's the Christian motto. It's like, be the best you can be.
No, we're not here to bash Christians.
Except I hate Christians and the Jews and the Muslims and all those people believe in that stupid superstition stuff. Please grow up and just be a normal human person.
We're not here to talk about religion.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Fuckhead.
Sorry. Thanks a lot.
His views are not the views of everybody.
Did you just call me an F-head?
Everybody involved in this show are not his views.
Yeah, they are the views. He's just pretending they're not. Go. It's your turn.
All right. Let's switch gears here a little bit.
Let's do it. It's gear number 3.
Yeah, let's get into third gear here.
Third gear.
I wanted to talk about, and this is something that I didn't really want to talk about, but it's been talked about so much.
No, you didn't?
No, because I could have brought it up so long ago. But it just is another story. Another story. When did I mention bringing this up?
All the time.
Oh, really?
All the time.
So this is episode 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I wanted, it had been in the first goddamn episode.
Well,
but it wasn't.
It was like the second or the third.
And the reason why I didn't bring it up is because everybody talked about it and it was ridiculous. But now I see that it's just getting swept aside. And we're going to talk about Jeffrey Epstein for a minute.
Okay, let's do this.
And the reason that it popped up for me is because a couple days ago, Fox or whatever news has Ghislaine Maxwell, is
It's
running
not-
around the country.
It's Ghislaine. Ghislaine.
I'm not going to say that. It's Ghislaine.
Okay.
So she's running around somewhere in Europe, the Middle East, who knows where the hell she's at, but she's allegedly being protected by ex-U.S. Navy SEALs because she's in fear for her life.
You're talking about Ghislaine.
I'm talking about Ghislaine Maxwell. Who is she? That's Jeffrey Epstein's former lover.
Yeah.
Also accused of procuring
Mm-hmm.
underage girls to go to his island.
She was the hook at the end of the fishing pole, right?
She was the one. She was that hook. And so there she is running around, and what's crazy to me is this story just like, so he dies in a prison cell, and then that's it. Like nobody else is responsible or whatever.
All those girls just magically showed up.
It's just fine. It's done. By the way.
It was all him.
By the way, his whole upbringing and the story of how he became the friggin' millionaire, billionaire that he was is just shady as hell.
Isn't that insane? He was like a regular, normal
grew up,
teacher.
His parents were blue collar. He became a math teacher and was bad at it, and they let him go.
Math!
He couldn't teach math. I don't even know how he got the job, but they're like, you gotta go. And then
you gotta go be a billionaire, please.
You gotta go be a financial advisor to billionaires.
I know you don't understand simple mathematics, but you know, can you
take all these billionaires' money in investments and run that? And he just happened to become friends with all these, bigwig people.
Yeah, he just happened. He just happened with all the young girls that he had around him. He just happened to, all kinds of old billionaires wanted just to be around him for no reason other than the fact that he had tons of 14 and 15-year-old girls there.
And then through that, he just amasses this fortune to where he can have 2 private islands. People mostly know about the one.
Yeah.
And he had 2 islands and a goddamn Wild West town. Where you can go and strap on a couple of 6-shooters and ride the ponies.
All right, so what I said to you earlier. So there's a normal man, right? There's a normal human man. He's grown up in a blue-collar home. He's like worked hard. He's seen his parents work hard. So he attains a fortune. What does he do? Does he give endowments? Does he help cure diseases? No. He builds a motherfucking replica of a Wild West town with a bunch of young girls, and he's just walking around, bang, bang, I'm the butt, dang, dang, dang.
It's absurd.
Isn't that a dream come true?
And so, the crazy part is, they say he had ties to Mossad because he was doing shit in Israel. He was flying out there, making investments. Now he's connected to Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine.
Whose dad is a fucking Mossad agent.
Yeah, what a coinky dink.
What a coinky dink. And then he signs over his company to Jeffrey Epstein, and then right after that, mysteriously dies off the end of a boat. You see how this is all on the level? Like, this all makes sense? There's nothing shady going on here.
So you mean if I sign here, my company becomes yours?
And right off the oh wait, I forgot to shoot you in the head first. Yeah, so that's crazy to me. And the whole reason why they say he was taking these girls to begin with, so he had his whole house on his main island.
Oh.
Wired the entire house up with cameras, right? Every room.
Yep.
And it was kind of like, and then he had all these like freaking top level people just coming to the island, just constantly coming over the island. It's kind of like Die Hard, when they're like, come out to the coast, have a few laughs. Except here it was, come out to the island, bang a few kids. Oh, by the way, we recorded the whole thing, and now we're gonna blackmail you forever.
How is that like Die Hard?
Because come out to the coast.
Oh, okay.
Come out to the island.
Gotcha.
So then that's what's called a honeypot, boys and girls. They lure you in, they make you do some fucked up shit that you're actually a scumbag, and you're
gonna
do this shit anyways, but they're gonna take advantage of you now.
Now they
got
got
you on film. And his apartments were wired up.
Yeah.
And it was all bedroom and bathrooms, by the way. Bathrooms were wired up because that's where it gets real gross.
Well, you know, that's where the poop and pee play happens.
Yeah, that's where the scat play goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't Google that. And then...
Isn't scat play where they go shoobop chop bop bop ba dee bop 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 scatting?
That's it. And then the funny part to me, too, is this whole Prince Andrew nonsense.
Oh, Prince Andrew.
What a goof. This guy, with
didn't
this
even
interview...
realize. You didn't even realize.
They're like, you say you would trust him, he was your friend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, I would. Oh, then, you know, he was doing all this stuff. Nope, I never saw
Like,
as many
realized.
times as I was over at the island.
Yeah, with all the children.
all the cameras and everybody
and
coming
all the
and
children
going.
fucking. I never realized.
I didn't see anything like that. Sure.
As many times as I saw the children fucking, I never saw any children fucking. So, you know.
And then he said that he never saw that girl that was accusing him of or whatever. And then they got a picture of him and her just like.
Yeah.
Right? And then he says that's Photoshopped.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everything's Photoshopped.
the whole thing is absurd. The Lizard Queen is pissed. They told him he can't
Who's
work
the
there.
Lizard Queen?
I mean, she's not a lizard. The Queen is fucking pissed.
Who's the Queen?
Of England.
Oh, she is. Really?
Mama
the
Bear.
Queen of England? Oh, dude, you don't
Queen
want to mess
Elizabeth.
with her. Because
No.
she is a lizard person.
She definitely is. And then, he had this weird temple built on his island too, where they say he had the altar dedicated to the pagan god Moloch, who is the you honor him by sacrificing children.
Oh,
sacrificing children. So yeah, it's all good over there. Then they said he had a painting of Bill Clinton in a dress.
in a dress?
Which that is the one part to me that is funny. Yeah.
I mean, you know that Bill Clinton would put on a dress if it means he gets.
It's kind of like the
touch some
Titanic.
young boobies.
It was like the Titanic, where it was like, paint me, Jack, or whatever.
Paint me. Am I looking sexy?
And speaking of the Clintons, again, somehow involved. They went to the island, or he went to the goddamn island.
You know, the Hillary
26
walks
times.
in on that. It's like, not again.
She's like, oh, you're such a pussy.
Yeah.
Have a set of balls like me. God
Yeah, exactly.
damn it.
Because I got to tell you, Hillary's got brass balls. Yeah.
Brass balls, because Hillary will do any goddamn thing she wants whenever she wants.
When she's walking, they're bouncing off her ankles. That's how low they hang.
She got a real set of low hangers. So yeah, Clinton's on the flight 26 times. Nothing happened, I'm sure. Those times.
Of course.
It was just all the other times.
There were no young girls.
You know what's funny about that? Everybody who said they were coming and going, because this shit was...
They were definitely
It was literally... It was called Lolita Express, right? That's what they termed it, right?
What...
So everybody's coming and going, but nobody sees this fucking pedophilia shit.
Well, listen,
nobody saw it.
Is that what the tower's like? It's the Lolita Express coming in. Lolita Express, we're going to need you to land on strip number 2. It's like, Lolita Express here? Yeah, we have a lot of Lolitas here, and we're going to have to circle around for a few hours because the Lolitas are engaged at this moment.
And then they brought the flight in, and the fucking staff there was like, yeah, we saw all the girls coming and going, and they were definitely underage, but, you know, he tipped us good, so we didn't say anything.
No way.
Yeah. Look that shit up.
For real?
On the reels. Fucking
He
disgusting.
tipped us good so we didn't
like,
say anything?
He tipped us good, so we were like, I'm sure this is all fine.
No way, man.
Yeah,
I believe you. I know, I
girls.
believe you,
Yeah,
but
no.
dude, that's what you just said blows my mind. That
Yeah.
okay, we got a lot of money, so we looked the other way when they brought up the children that they were fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
So the whole thing is disgusting, and by the way, my opinion, he didn't kill himself. Jesus Christ. Actually, the fucking greatest part of that to me is when he killed himself. The whole like everything blew up, and everybody was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like it was the #1 thing on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter, but like you know, I heard this was reported, but they wouldn't trend it. Like everybody was just like, "Oh, another body for the Clinton body count." Like this is a thing. This is the thing, these coincidences that just keep happening. But my thing is this. I was watching a 60 Minutes thing. And they were like, alright, so we don't know exactly the cause of death. Or like, we don't know what happened, if there was foul play or if he killed himself. But what we do know for sure is that he's dead. And I was like, oh, okay, so what you're telling me is that he's definitely alive. Because when you're telling me the one thing you know for sure is that he's dead, well, he's goddamn alive. Because the media lies. So the whole thing is just a giant, disgusting bag. Oh, and by the way, they say the Clintons, including Chelsea, went to the Wild West town for a week every year. Once a week every year.
I mean,
Never miss.
Wouldn't you go to the Wild West?
I love it, yeah. That's where there was no pedophilia.
Yeah,
that was the good place.
Alright, hey.
So,
as much as I want to keep talking about Epstein and the pedophilia...
These guys are going to burn, but go ahead.
Speaking of burning, what a frickin'...
Did
Dude,
you see that?
Beautiful segue.
Did you see that?
Beautiful segue.
Mm-hmm.
Australia is ablaze. Apparently, some of the fires were not just set by Mother Nature, but people were setting these fires. Just like they were in the Amazon, and burning swaths of land for more agriculture, more raising of cattle. People in Australia are barely able to breathe because of the amount of smoke and toxins in the air.
There's like 500 million or some crazy, all these animals that are just wiped out.
It's
insane. The videos of the freaking, like koala bears are supposed to be like kind of nasty. These animals are just literally like,
they
giving
can't
them
do
water
anything.
And they're just like, I mean, this is fucking crazy.
You saw the little video of the possum just slurping water like it was going out of style. They're giving water to this possum. This possum like, please. It's, oh my god.
So this was under the guise at first that this was just like natural.
Yeah, it was just natural. All
and
natural.
It all just happened to be around this land that they wanted, the government. That's just a coincidence now. We all know that there's such a thing as coincidences. Yeah. And then today, literally we're right about to do the show, my wife texted me, they arrested like 200 people. Yeah. And they're focusing on 25 people.
We know Australia is a wonderful place where up until the 1970s, you were legally able to hunt aboriginals and kill them, cut off their heads, and keep them as trophies. So thank God in the 1970s, when people finally realized that you shouldn't murder a human being and slice their head off, they voted like, let's not do this anymore.
That's how you grow.
That's how you grow as a country. So good job, for 200 years before, they were just slaughtering these people left and right. But
it was a prison colony.
Yeah,
To begin with, so it kind of had a shady start.
It had a shitty start, but also it wasn't the prisoners who were murdering these people.
Oh no.
No. It was the English army, and then later the police, because the whole thing is like, what good is a black fellow, was their motto. What good is a black fella? So they would basically wipe out entire families, push them off the land, they would kill them, they would sever their heads and carry them around as trophies. Australia...
Look it up.
It is a wonderful time in history for the Aborigines people, or Aboriginal people, are actually the second oldest human group in the world, behind the Bushmen of the Kalahari. And we should be celebrating the fact that, this is a group of people so ancient. But instead, no, we wanted the land, we wanted to grow stuff and, have cattle. So what should we do? Should we pay these people? Should we ask them to move? No, we just kill them. We kill them. And now, Australia, yeah, it's burning.
It's bad.
It is up in flames.
And again, this is not, the Australian people that are responsible for this heinous shit. These Australian people are in this horrendous predicament. I mean, what'd you say? They got these clouds that are like lava like clouds that are basically would come off a volcano.
Yeah.
When it comes down, it's just going to burn more.
Because there's like a pyroclastic flow that happens from a volcano, which is like superheated gas, and it burns everything in its path. But now there are these pyroclastic clouds that are forming. I forgot what the exact term is, but there are these clouds that are so superheated and get so dense, and then they fall down back onto the earth, and the air is so hot, and there's all kinds of particulate matter in there that's literally on fire, and when it falls back down, it just sets more stuff on fire. Which is
fucked.
Yeah, it's not good for anybody.
But this story is that, these people are getting charged with doing it. It's not natural.
There are people, so I'm sure some of them were it naturally happened, these fires, but there are also people setting fires.
Yeah, and we tried, when we found out this information, we just went right to the computer. We had CNN, ABC, Fox. They all had the headline.
They had the headline, 25 people charged. Oh,
yeah, and so we click on the video, and it did not talk about that at all. It just was talking about how fucked up the fires were.
Well, yeah, you don't want to. You definitely don't want to talk about
why
the fact
the
that
headlines
humans are helping fires to burn.
Why did they have the headline? That's crazy. And now I'm just waiting to see an actual video, someone reporting it legitimately, which I'm sure will come soon. But
by the way,
that was weird.
All the Aboriginal people who lived on Tasmania, liquidated, genocide. None of them are left. So that's what should we call that? A fun fact?
Mm-mm.
Probably not. Yeah.
No. We'll call that a elite leader's fact.
A god-awful, horrific piece of knowledge. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Let's say you're racist, or let's say you're this or that. How could you just murder another human being, or just... how can you be so callous? I honestly... I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand the amount of greed and hatred and just disgusting
but I'm telling you,
rot you have in your soul.
It plagues
to do something like that to someone.
It plagues the whole planet, dude. It plagues this whole place.
But
it's everywhere.
Listen,
it's in every
I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying, I'll be honest with you. I like certain jokes, I even like racist jokes. I think they're funny, but they're only funny when they're clever and they point something out.
And you have to be able to laugh at yourself and your own race and
of course. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, but I find certain amusement in things that are clever and that point something out about all of us, all of our humanity. You know what I mean? Those are the best jokes.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between
that and slaughtering people.
Yeah, murdering.
A little bit of a difference there.
An entire human race and killing children and just, oh my God, I can't understand it. That leads us to which would you rather?
Anyways, I want to say anybody in Australia, our best wishes, just be safe, do whatever you can, and
no, seriously,
keep yourself safe. And kudos to all those that are fighting those fires, helping the people, helping the animals.
There's so many animals dying.
They're just getting wiped out. This is good. Those people that are arrested or whatever have you, burn them. Throw them in the fire. If they're guilty, literally throw them in the fire.
Don't burn them.
That's my opinion.
That's his opinion. All right, which would you rather? All right, you got a choice right now. Which would you rather? From this point on, you get to be a god. You get to know everything.
Oh boy.
For the rest of eternity.
Okay.
You have all the powers of a god. From now on.
I just want to know everything.
You know everything.
Okay.
You know how... Or, you get a second option.
Mm-hmm.
You exist, and after 100 years or so, you die. And then you get a new existence. So everything becomes constantly new, and you constantly have new things to explore. And it's a new world. All the time, it's a new world to you. It's a new universe. It's a new state of being. Or you're given all the answers, and then for the rest of eternity you have to live with these. Which would you rather? Would you rather be given all the answers and all the power, and then for the rest of eternity, you can't die, you will for the rest of eternity exist knowing everything, knowing all, or you take things in small bites where you're given 60 years, like what we think we are, you're born, you live,
but you're going to keep getting older and younger?
No, you don't know that. You just, every time you think you're going to live 100 years.
You just think this is your only time?
this is your only time.
This is your only time on Earth.
It's a good one, right?
It's a good one. It's not very funny.
No, it's not funny. Sorry.
It's a thinker. It's a thinker.
Not all of them are going to be funny, no offense, but I like this question.
I mean,
it's a tough choice. Don't tell me it's not.
And what is the life that you keep reliving? It's in different times of.
It's not a certain life. It's just you keep having the same mind.
I start off in this. Let's say the Earth timeline, and I just keep re-going all throughout history.
Yeah, throughout history, and then in different universes, and in different species, and in different. But you constantly have self-awareness. You have consciousness, so you're constantly self-aware. It's not like at some point you'll become a dog, and you'll not be self-aware. Because a dog is only in the now. But you will constantly, forever have like a period of life where you think this is your only life. When you die, you think it's all over. Or maybe you don't think it's all over, but you don't have any ability to know whether there's more.
And where would I be as a god? That sounds blasphemous, but like...
No, what do you mean where would you be as a god?
Am I in the cosmos? Am I like...
You can do whatever you want. You are literally a god. You can literally do anything. But you will always have the knowledge. You will never not have the knowledge that you're a god.
Nothing
You'll never... No, it'll be new for like 1,000,000 years, 1,000,000,000 years, 1,000,000,000,000 years, but we're talking about infinity. Okay? So when you get a 1 with 10 trillion, quadrillion zeros that year, you know what I mean? After you've done everything 10 times over.
Could become a little boring.
But you can't die. You won't be able to die. You'll always be conscious.
Can I kick some ass? Like I
can do whatever the hell you want. You can literally do whatever you want. But, do you understand?
Yeah,
you can kick ass for 10 quadrillion years.
Forever.
I know it's not funny, but it's a good question.
I have my own reasons.
No, I'm not
Give
telling you.
my own answer.
I'm not telling you what to say. Am I telling you what to say?
No, but I'm saying like this is...
Jesus!
I'm taking it serious.
All right,
I'm going to give a real answer
Sure.
Here. As much as I have, because I know and I look into about all this fucking pagan god worship that goes on.
Sure.
It's actually ridiculous that everything around us is dedicated to pagan gods. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine, but it's true.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So I don't like that shit, because it's very occultish and secretive, and I kind of like just being a human existence and being good.
Sure.
But I have to go with a god.
Okay.
I have to.
Okay.
And I know it's going to be boring.
No, hey, listen.
But
it's not going to be boring in the beginning.
With that,
it's going to be amazing in the beginning.
I will use my power for good.
You sure?
I have the, well, I don't know. Cause,
maybe at first you would.
You can't wrap your head around it.
But that's the thing. At first you might use your power for good. But then, what if you get bored with all the goodness?
That's weird.
Because I'm not talking about 1,000,000 years of goodness. I'm not talking about 1,000,000,000,000 years of goodness. I'm talking about 800 quadrillion billion years of goodness, and then after a point you're like, fuck this, I'm gonna fucking kill all you.
No, I'm going God. And I would just keep creating and wiping out these fucking dark arts evil pieces of shit, and I would exterminate them, and I would take the burden of just being forever, and just so that people or whatever life
Sure.
can just exist in harmony.
Okay.
And I would wipe out. And anytime I fucking get, that's what I would do. I would have it like set up like a bat phone type situation, right? Because I'm not gonna be everywhere.
Yeah.
But the bat phone
You can't
goes
be
off.
everywhere. That's impossible.
The bat phone goes
You
off.
didn't know.
And I'm going right to the situation, and I'm gonna smash a friggin' pedophile.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And hopefully I'll stay good.
Yeah. You know, we don't know. Like, when you're given that amount of awesome power, it becomes...
You can't wrap your head around it.
Yeah, it becomes tough.
You know, it's like a before you go on, it's like Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
Watchmen, when he was like just a
totally
dude, and he's like, oh, I'll be, and then he just completely detached.
Detaches from
Because he
humanity.
reached the level of intelligence and knowing that he's just like, y'all are
That
beneath me.
becomes the problem. It's like you become so apart from the universe, and that you almost want to create your own universe.
I would, a bunch. I'm going to roll the dice. Be a god.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Honest to God, I don't know which one I would choose. In that moment, like let's say someone's like, you got to choose right now, I would only be able to do it in that moment. Because right now, I think I would lean your way to choose to be a god, but then I would have that fear in me that what if this super long time from now, super long, but beyond even my comprehension.
Eons.
Yeah. What if I do become bored with it and would just rather...
Wipe it all out.
Yeah, and no, but just have like a life afresh, because each time I'm born, you know, I'm like a blank slate, and then I develop these new things, and everything in a way becomes new for at least a short period of time. That's the thing. Everything's not new for you your entire life, but from the ages of like 1 to 10, even like 15 or 20, when you become like sexually active or whatever you want to call it, everything becomes new. If you're a god, there is that point where it's new. And then from that point on, it can never be new again.
You know, and for me, like...
You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. It's not an easy decision, but for me, like, as I've grown in life, like you said, you learn and you grow, and then like, but I don't want to lose this information. I don't want to lose what I know.
I appreciate that.
And
don't think I don't.
When you go and reset,
yeah,
like that's.
It's tough to lose that, right?
I don't want to lose it.
I know what you mean.
And I want to know more. I want to know everything.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Some people.
Yeah. Some jagoffs.
I don't want to know. I don't need to know.
All right. I think that's another show.
That's another show. This is 2020.
2020.
The year is starting off crazy already.
We're hindsight 2020. We're 2020 vision. We're 2020 ABC with Barbara Walters and Hugh Downs.
And you're definitely Barbara Walters. And we're going to go, and we're going to grow this podcast. We're going to keep
Don't
pushing.
tell me who I am. I'm Barbara Walters if I want to be.
That was racist. We're dedicated with this podcast. We're going to keep moving forward. We're going to grow.
And if you don't watch this, for the love of God, just watch this. Watch it, or just put it on. Just click on the button to subscribe. Watch it, don't watch it. Just have it on in the background. We don't care.
And tell your friends the same thing. Just be like, hey, there's this podcast.
Yeah,
you don't even have to watch it.
Just turn it
on.
Click it. And turn the volume low.
Like it, subscribe, and live your life.
Live your life.
But if you want to watch it, it's actually pretty good.
Sometimes it's not too bad.
Every now and then,
it's a pretty solid episode.
Every now and then, they're all right.
Yeah.
The one guy yells too much.
Yeah.
Then the other guy is like, he's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. The other guy is like, ugh. He's like, oh, he has no personality. He's kind of like, that guy. I hate that.
And the other guy won't shut up.
Yeah. Well. The other guy's got to do something because this guy ain't doing nothing. All right,
guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate every view, all
We really do.
your support.
We
Thank
really
you so
do.
much, and we're gonna push forward, man. We're gonna keep putting out these episodes. So thank you.
And hopefully in the near future, the episodes are going to get a little more complex. We're going to try to bring a little bit more technology in. So when we talk about people, we're going to try to get, footage of them. We know it's kind of static right now.
We got plans.
But in the near future, we have plans. And if you stick with us, we promise that you will not be disappointed. Fair enough?
It's only going to get better.
All right. Thank you.